Welcome back to a brand new episode of Gen Z BTC. It's me, Satoshi Guapamoto, and today I just want to go over the fact that altcoins are dead, altcoin season is not coming, and I'm going to explain why in this video, all right? This is not just anti-altcoin cope, all right? This is just fact-based evidence, you know what I mean? Like, that's all I have to do. So the first thing is that altcoins represent counterparty risk and trust when Bitcoin does not. All right. The whole point of Bitcoin and of cryptographic money is to remove all the trust from the system that existed before cryptographic currencies, right? Satoshi himself talks about the reason why fiat currencies, which are government issued currencies like the dollar, like the euro, like the peso, they don't work because of all the trust that's involved. All right. You have to trust the banks. You have to trust all the people who are running the bank. You have to trust the government. You have to trust all the different financial institutions in between. You have to trust all these different financial laws. You have too much trust involved. And when that trust is in the system, there are different levels or layers where things can start to fail. All right. And that's what we see every time throughout history. Every fiat currency has failed. There's too much trust involved. With altcoins, you're doing the same thing. You're just remaking the fiat system. All right. ETH, Cardano, Polkadot, XRP. These are all issued by companies. They're issued by corporations, right? They're issued by individual people. They have founders. They have backers. They have VCs. They have donors. They have all these partnerships, right? All of these are different layers of trust, all right? Instead of people in suits coming from the bank saying, hey, trust me, bro, it's just techie looking weirdos like Vitalik Buterin who are wearing t-shirts, who are dressed like me, you know, poorly. And then they're just like, hey, trust me, bro. You know, in Bitcoin, you don't trust, you verify. All right. You don't trust anything I say on my channel. You verify that what I'm saying is true. And then from there, you can go ahead and continue down your own path. Right. So if you don't understand that, then you're not going to understand why Bitcoin is continue to eat all your little altcoins. And it's just going to keep happening. And you're going to feel lost and you're going to feel confused. You're going to be angry. But again, there are people giving you the keys the whole time. So take that and run with it. If you can, then you'll be okay. If you don't, then you're lost. Next is the fact that, and on the trust thing, Bitcoin has no issuer, okay? Like Satoshi is not the end all be all provider of Bitcoin. All right. Anybody could have been mining coins in the early days. He released the white paper. Anybody could have been mining coins. You could have downloaded the software and been mining coins, but no one did because everyone thought it was a joke. No one took him seriously enough. And obviously that was your mistake. So it's not like Brad Garlinghouse, who prints up all the XRP all at once and now is slowly issuing it, selling it to the market. They never had to buy any XRP. Do you understand that? There was no work involved in creating XRP. Do you understand that? It's just ridiculous, bro. Second thing, again, Bitcoin is money. All right. It's a currency. And when you do the currency exchange, right, you realize that Bitcoin's outperforming everything. Bitcoin's outperforming everything because it's the best money. It's the hardest money. It's the greatest money. It's the only money. It's the last money that will ever exist. So on screen, I'll show a couple charts of different coins that are priced in Bitcoin, and you can see that they're being destroyed. It's brutal. It's not even close. It's not funny, really. It's just sad. All right. And you're going to continue to see that. A lot of people think, oh, well, altcoins, I can outperform Bitcoin because they're going to go up faster. Clearly, that is not the case, okay? People are burned out of altcoins. There's altcoin fatigue. There's crypto fatigue. They're tired of this garbage. People realize that the grift is up, all right? You had a good run the last 4 years, 5 years, 6 years. The grift is over, all right? There's a new meme coin made every single day. There are thousands of coins made every single day, all right? It's oversaturated. The market is completely cooked. It's over. There's only Bitcoin and then there's everything else. People are starting to realize that. If you don't get that, you're still going to be holding ETH thinking that you're going to outperform Bitcoin. You're not. There's no incentive to hold ETH. ETH sucks. All the different forks, all the different upgrades, none of them worked. They suck. All right. There is nothing on the roadmap that could lead to ETH winning. All right. The reason why they switched from proof of work to proof of stake is because they realized they can never catch up to Bitcoin because the first mover advantage makes Bitcoin too powerful. So they tried spinning this idea of, oh, it's green energy. It's ultrasound money. It's going to be deflationary. None of that worked. ETH has an inflation rate again, and it sucks now. There is no ETH reserve. There is no XRP reserve. There is no sort of, oh, the US government's going to be buying. There is no BlackRock's going to be buying. No one's coming to save you. It's over. There is no altcoin season. There's no good news on the horizon that's going to help you. It is what it is. And then finally, Bitcoin is the only thing that's truly scarce because of the fact that you can for sure say that it will remain scarce because of how decentralized it is. All right. ETH, the supply cap is always changing, right? Because of the gas fees, all this different garbage. But even if they were to say, oh, there's only 21 million ETH, which is not true. Even if they did try saying that, there's no guarantee of scarcity. All right. That's the big difference between Bitcoin, XRP, or Picoin. All right. Yeah, there's a fixed limit of XRP and of Picoin, but there's no guarantee of that fixed limit because there are people who have more control over the protocol than others. All right. In Bitcoin, it is so decentralized that you'll never be able to actually change the rules of Bitcoin. That means that it is immutable, meaning that it can't be changed. And that means that we have a guarantee of the supply issuance, of the supply schedule going forward. All right. Markets like certainty. Bitcoin is the most certain thing in the market. All right. That's why we see all these different drops. All the altcoins drop 10, 20%. Bitcoin's down 3, 4, 5%. Because there's much more certainty in Bitcoin. And the more people start to understand that, the more we start to see Bitcoin's price stabilize. All right. We still are in a time where people don't understand Bitcoin at all. They think it's a risk asset. Some people think it's a risk off asset. They don't really understand it. They're still learning. But 10 years from now, they'll look back and they'll say, oh, it was so obvious. So if you're here now, you realize how obvious it is, and good for you. You're ahead of everybody else. But the rest of the world has a lot of catching up to do, and that's part of why I try to do Bitcoin educational videos, right? So hopefully you can share this video with someone. They'll learn a little bit of something. They'll find a different perspective, because sometimes we get caught in our little echo chambers. You could say the same thing about BTC, but again, the point is BTC is very auditable, all right? It's open source. You can look at the code. You can understand exactly how this works. So it's not just a bunch of cope. It's just people acknowledging reality, okay? You're not in an echo chamber because you say that the earth is round, okay? You're not in an echo chamber because you look up at the sky and you say that the sky is blue. It's not an echo chamber. You're just a bunch of people who are acknowledging reality. That's a great quote. Someone write that down. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video, my friends. And remember, stack sats or die trying.